Welcome to the family. It has been a very long time and I appreciate you guys being here. But jumping right in, if you're here, it's pretty obvious you're here for a message. We already got the Queen of Pentacles coming out and these are already pre-shuffled. There's something that Spirit wanted me to channel for you guys. Overall, there's a message. Obviously, there's a lesson is what I wanted to say, that I feel like the collective has been going through, and it's just, it feels heavy, but it also feels very light at the same time. It feels like there's a light at the end of the tunnel that you are looking at that you haven't been able to see for a very long time. And as I can see, you have been looking at those options. A lot of things have been happening. Just a lot of options in front of you that I think you haven't been able to see for a very long time. I can tell that there is someone that is on your mind. We already have... yeah. Someone's on your mind, or maybe that person has you on their mind, but I'm getting the idea that you're thinking about someone and just wondering in general. I think that has to do with a lesson, something that Spirit is telling me. If it's not already obvious, I think I've just been repeating myself. Overall message, if there's anything that you need to hear, is that there is, the main point is that it's a lesson. The main point, change. And this is something interesting about this is I feel like it's not just you, collective. A lot of, well, collective, I mean like the chosen people, and along with the chosen people that have chosen to come here to watch this, and just the overall energy. I think those people that are not recognizing that there is change upon you are not open to the change, and those of you that are recognizing that there is something happening are not entirely accepting it. So the death is in reverse here. We're just gonna... those of you that are still here, I warmly greet you. Alright. Let me just get this out of the way. I don't know any of these cards in regards to the Rider-Waite Tarot. I read them through intuition, so whatever comes out is the way it comes out. So, with peace and love. Just let it go. If you have an issue, I would recommend you click off. But I'm just saying right now, whatever comes out in my mind's eye comes out. And if you have a problem with it, respectfully, I mean it with so much love, don't watch this video. I believe this is the Three of Swords, though. I believe there is, if it's not already obvious, there's a change that has occurred. That you're not able to... I heard let go. I heard accept. But mainly let go is what screamed out. You've been feeling extremely vulnerable about this situation. There's positive changes afoot. If it's not already obvious. If people have been telling you everything's going to be okay. Yeah, maybe they're sugarcoating it, but they're not lying to you, okay? Like, at the end of the day, you have to set some boundaries about what you want the next step, and what you want the change in your life to come through as. You also have the King of... I saw this card, and I was like, I don't know if that's the collective reading. I saw it when I was shuffling the cards before I started recording, and I was like, I don't even know if that's their card. But of course, if it's meant to come out, it will come out. And look what happened. It came out. Yeah. I feel like you're desiring collaboration of some sort. Whether it is a love interest, I also heard like just connection in general. I believe you really desire this I just want to get there already type of feeling. I don't know how to explain entirely, but it's like, oh, I just want to get this over with. I just want to get there. I just want to get there. And because of it, Spirit is like really giving you a speed bump. It's like, you need to do some healing, my guy. You can't just go over the speed bump 50 miles an hour. And yeah, I think there's a lot of energy coming through, and it's making me shake really bad. So forgive me if you see my hands, but that's just, there's a lot coming through. I also do think, I'm sure you've heard, those of you that know, it's the year of the horse. So there is a lot of changes coming through. Last year was the year of the snake. You're getting rid of old things that are not meant to be, things that are need to go. You are letting go. And I think, I don't know if this is true, but you can correct me. I think February, like the end, middle February is supposed to be like the last tail tip shed of the snake, and basically like, oh, finally the storm will pass. Like, sorry for saying like so much. But what I'm trying to say is not everything will be cleaned up immediately. I'm seeing this visual of soup, and when you eat soup, I don't know, this is such a random thing. When you eat soup and you're trying to finish it and you're done, but there's still droplets or like 2 spoonfuls at the end of the bowl, but you can't grab it, but they're still there, right? So that's the energy that I'm getting, is this leftover, here pozostałe in my language. It's like the leftovers, but they're not necessarily leftovers. They're like things that you still have to consume. And instead of acknowledging the pain, I feel, I'm not even reading these cards yet. It's very heavy. You want to just get rid of it. You want to take it and be like, I'm done. But Spirit's like, no. You need to finish whatever the hell you got left in there. I almost cursed there. I apologize. But it's aggressive. Spirit's very aggressive, but it's very tough love. And yeah, honestly. Yeah, look at that. So much. There is things you don't want to accept. But the sooner you accept working on this emotional stagnancy, working on allowing yourself to feel. It's not punishment. It is simply allowing you to acknowledge your feelings, which is a form of practicing emotional intelligence and self-love. If you are neglecting the fact that there is pain at the end of the tunnel, and it's gonna hurt, I don't know why there's pain. You should be light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know. Maybe that resonates for some of you, but it's gonna hurt. But once you're out of there, you can't just take a detour. There is no detour. You have to go through, and even if you try to take a detour, you're gonna be led right back to, I don't know why I'm seeing this visual, but it's like a tunnel, and sure, there are some detours, and you might think that will help you get out faster, but instead it is leading you, it's a longer road of distraction, which causes you to basically trip and fall flat on your face in the problem that you have been avoiding. The pain, the problem, whatever it is you have been avoiding. And it's very painful, just very aggressive and painful. This feels like an energy check. And if this is resonating, honestly, I feel like we are good here. I want to help you be able to picture how to get out of this. Because if you're here, just know your feelings are valid. Just know it is very much normal to be going through the steps that you are going through when it comes to healing. Because no one wants to be in pain. So instead of having yourself distract, and even though Spirit may be forcing you out of it, and it may feel like punishment, actually jumping straight into the pool, into the deep end, will help you to swim. I don't know why that is coming through. Yeah. You can't hold on to the pain for very long because it's not going to be substantial. But instead of holding on to it and then pretending you're not holding on to it, it's so controversial. It's very opposite energy. You're avoiding the pain by pretending it's not there, but as a result, you are only holding on to the pain harder. And you can't move on. You can't grow if you're holding on to the pain and distracting yourself. It's like holding a baggage and it's just dragging behind you. And you're like, no, it's not attached to me. There's nothing there. And then the moon. I think a lot of meditation and allowing yourself to be in this space of Knight of Cups, space of feeling your energy, allowing yourself to be in the emptiness would really help, because I think you are ultimately forcing yourself to be in that emptiness, and all that's going to come about is healing. How? By going through the painful parts, by going through the pain and feeling the pain, allowing yourself to feel the pain, and instead of shaming yourself, you acknowledge it and you say, I feel you, you're safe, and we are going to keep moving forward. That is ultimately the energy you want for the new year, isn't it? If you keep doing what you're doing today and not acknowledge the fact that you have healing to do, by sitting in your energy. That's the main point of this reading, yes. You have to sit in your energy, and if you don't sit in your energy, you do it by distracting yourself, going out, doing unhealthy things. Don't get me wrong, going out is very good for you. Although, you know what I mean. You know what I mean when I say going out in an unhealthy manner. Ace of Wands wants to come out again. There is a creative passion that you have been eyeing on. I can see that is making you feel very exposed and vulnerable, because I would not be surprised that this is the way to your heart. I would not be surprised that by sharing this thing, it doesn't need to be a creative endeavor. It could be anything that lights your heart up. It allows you to feel loved and connected. And I believe from what Spirit is saying is by actually diving yourself into this endeavor, not by distracting yourself, but by acknowledging that this is what makes you feel loved and happy, allowing yourself to also feel seen by doing this. you will be able to move forward a lot better. Of course, this is a general reading. It's not going to relate to everyone, but it will relate in general. So I'm trying to be as vague as possible so that you are able to somewhat relate. You're here for a reason. I'm sure there's something that helps you feel connected. You need to connect to your inner child. If it's not already obvious enough, we already had this card coming out. Ooh, there's just a lot of energy. I feel you've been neglecting your inner child. Things that the behavior that, how do I word this? Behavior that causes you to essentially neglect your inner child over time is by, for example, you're going to work, you're not allowing yourself to have fun at the end of the day, you're not doing things that make you happy. Even if it's your work that makes you happy, you should be having hobbies or things outside of work, outside of chores, outside of just doing things for you, doing things because they feel good. If you don't do that kind of stuff for a very long time, you will end up feeling like you have neglected your inner child. And the Queen of Cups is coming out in reverse, I believe. Ironically, I think you're in denial about this. I totally get it. It's painful. Three of Swords is trying to come out again. I wonder if anybody has has made you feel ashamed for anything that you like to do. I wonder, there's a lot of things coming through. It could be a third party, as in coworker. I don't know if it could be a coworker, but there's like job related things are coming through. So those of you that do a lot of work, I think there is something about feeling neglected by maybe someone at work, maybe work related, or maybe someone that knows about your job, causing you to feel neglected in some way, or maybe ashamed of something. There is a feeling of shame. That was just a pause right there. I think I wasn't meant to say anything else there. What can you say, Spirit, to help the collective move through this energy? Just acknowledging your fears. It's just a lot of pain. Well, a lot of messages. I wouldn't be surprised if Spirit has been trying to send you messages in your 3D and you haven't been necessarily taking that seriously. So as a result, Spirit has been that would make sense why Spirit has been installing your healing process. You truly are stalling your own healing process, and Spirit is trying to help you, but as a result of that, the pain caused by distraction is what causes you to actually be the one is stalling your own healing. And I think that's something important for you to realize. And I mean this with peace and love. Don't shoot the messenger. But that is just what's coming through. And I don't want nothing coming through in the comments saying that you have been healing and you have been trying. I understand that you have been trying, and I give you credit for that, and you are validated for your emotions and your efforts. However, it seems that you just need to realize that Spirit has been trying to give you even more help, but there's a lot of stubbornness and fear that is blocking you from receiving it. There's this clip from a movie, I don't know where it's from. I think it's from the Polar Express, where the girl in the recording is, I think it's Polar Express, I could be wrong. She's like, I didn't do it. I feel like that's how you're feeling right now. Spirits like, I know you didn't do it, just listen to me. Oh, there's a card that was hiding. Oh, the world. Yeah. I want to just be like, this is really self-explanatory, but here, this is why you got me. I have to explain this to you. I wish I could just like let my thoughts be recorded and not my voice, because sometimes my brain knows how to see things, but my voice doesn't. So just bear with me. Like I said, stubbornness, there's a feeling you just need to let go. You're like, sure. Alright, she's still recording. We're going to be wrapping it up very soon. Ace of Pentacles. There's an offer that is trying to come through. It seems to be very financially substantial. However, you need to be able to let go of the previous energy and the previous lesson, whatever that was in the past that is still holding space in your heart. Whether it is a lesson, whether it is something else that needs to be let go of. Until you don't let it go and you put all of your energy into this situation, I'm going to call it, it will be very difficult. Justice. It will be very difficult to move through and actually accept any sort of blessings from Spirit. And then this card came out and I heard, I didn't do it. It's this childlike energy. It feels not wanting to take accountability. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that you aren't wanting to take accountability. I'm just saying, I think, for those of you that don't relate to that, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I just mean everything with love, and genuinely I'm sending you so much love. It's just, you need to be able to recognize the things that have happened, and the Spirit's like, I know you didn't do it. I know, like, everything's fine. Just stop crying. I'm not saying, I don't think Spirit is fed up with you or anything, because Spirit wants to give you these blessings, like I said. It's just a whole feeling of stubbornness on your end. You're putting so much energy into this past energy, and it is clear you need to heal from it in order to move on. You cannot move on while still having this energy of pain. You're putting this energy into one area of your life. Like, Spirit's like, look, I have something for you, and you're still digging in this empty bowl, like, why me? It's, no, that is not entirely how you should be looking at life. It should be acknowledgement. It happened. Whatever happened. It is time to move on and accept the blessings in your life. I don't think it was your fault, if that's what you're trying to figure out. I think you know it's not your fault. I don't know why you're trying so hard to prove that it's not your fault. I think you know that it's not your fault. Allow yourself, honestly, the best thing that I personally would recommend for you, from a friend to a friend, is just to do whatever you want that makes you happy. And not in a distracting sense. I mean in like a child sense. Just play. Do what you want that makes you happy, and play. That will let you acknowledge your emotions, because I feel like your child self deep down would express your emotions to the T. And what I mean by that is, it would be really obvious what you're feeling, just as long as you allow yourself to be in that open, vulnerable play state. And that is your inner child. That's your inner child, where you don't feel shamed, you feel loved. You have to sometimes tell yourself that you are loved, because you are. And sometimes in order to do that is by loving your inner child. What would you do if you have children or not? But what would you do if your child came up to you and said that they're having a hard time? You would try to comfort them. You would try to distract them by giving them love and tell them that everything's going to be okay and that they're loved, right? Acknowledge your own feelings like you would your child or your friend. It doesn't need to be like a child example. It could be like a friend. What comes around goes around. I don't know if some of y'all might want to watch Anastasia. Maybe that might be very validating when it comes to any messages that you might need to hear. The movie Anastasia. I actually did watch it recently, but as I'm looking at this card, I hear Rasputin going, what goes around comes around. It's just completion. At the end of the day, your message and the lesson, it's done. It's over. It's time to move on. In order to move on, you have to let go. In order to let go, you have to acknowledge the pain of the past. Don't distract yourself. It's like, yeah. Again, there is pain within whatever caused you pain, but you're not allowing yourself to feel the pain, causing you to hurt yourself further. Those of you that have been here and are loyal, I appreciate you and I love you so much. And what I mean by that, those of you that have been here literally since the start, I love you so much. But I'm gonna give you, I think, 2 oracle cards. Hopefully Spirit can give us some loving advice towards babies right here that are listening. Can we get 2 cards, Spirit? Doesn't want to come out. I think whatever I said wasn't. Oh, and perfectly 2 cards fell out. Just perfect. We have golden children. I love when I'm right. You got golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. I don't know if I need to say more. We have the weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. Y'all, Spirit's like, you explained it good. I don't know what else you want me to say. I think, just trying to put that center. Y'all, I think that's self-explanatory. You need to be able, at the end of the day, if there's something you need to take away from this and you're still feeling stuck, allow yourself to play. That is one thing. Allow yourself to feel your inner child. Maybe you might need to take a look at some research, look at inner child healing, inner child work. What do you need to do to be able to love and accept your inner child once again? It may be a very painful process. It might not be. But that experience is very subjective and very different for everyone. However, in order to get there, to the place you want to be, you have to let go literally what's not yours to carry, which is the pain that someone else might have caused you, is what I'm getting, for the most part, for most of you. Yeah. I love you guys very, very much. Thank you very much for letting me read your cards. I really hope that it made sense and that it was in some way, shape, or form helpful for you. And honestly, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I send you a lot of love. Words are jumbling. Very much love is what I wanted to say, but I'm just jumbling with my words. Those of you that want to further support me, go ahead and click that subscribe and like button. Of course, if you like the video, go ahead and click that like button. I also am working very, very heavily on my blog. if you want to read, and maybe that's something that you enjoy doing, if you like to read little snippets, maybe something in there might be able to be very supportive towards your healing or inspiring. I just want to inspire you guys the way that I am inspired by life and by spirit every day. So go ahead, and that one is, I will try to link it down below in the description. But after that, I don't have anything else to say. I love you guys very much. See you.